welcome back to my channel. So, andito na naman si Binibining Lindsay para mag-share sa inyo ng panibagong kaalaman. So, kumusta naman po ang lahat? Sana ay inilalaban at lumalaban pa tayo ngayong instructional block. Okay, so, alam naman natin na marami ng balita ngayon tungkol sa iba't ibang emergencies and disasters, no? Like bagyo, lindol, and other emergencies sa bawat schools or bawat lugar dito sa ating bansa. So for today's video ay i-discuss natin tong guidelines on learning continuity emergencies o itong DepEd Order 14 Series of 2026. So ano ba yung mga dapat gawin ng school and the teacher kapag nakaranas tayo ng mga emergencies and disasters, no? So dito, i-discuss natin itong hayo or continue, hinay, east in, hinga, check-in, hinto, or stop. So, kailan ba tayo magko-continue, mag-i-ease in, mag-check-in, and mag-stop? Okay? So, i-discuss natin yan dito. Dito rin nakapaloob sa guidelines yung mga dapat gawin kapag nagkaroon ng class suspensions, nagkaroon ng bagyo, and other disasters or emergencies. Okay, so isa-isahin na po natin itong nakapaloob sa DepEd Order 14 Series of 2026. So, disclaimer lang po, no, lahat ng isi-share nating information dito ay nakabase lang po dito sa guidelines na ito. Okay? Alright, so, ano ba yung rationale nitong DepEd Order number 14? So, Philippines is vulnerable to disasters, emergency, and crisis. No? Learning disruption causes learning loss. DepEd prioritizes safety and continuity of learning. Focus on vulnerable and marginalized learners. So, the scope of the policy applies to public schools and ALS, may be adopted by private schools, guide schools before, during, and after emergencies, provide standards for learning resources and delivery. Key concepts, education in emergency or itong EIE, learning and service continuity plan which is dapat meron yung bawat schools, emergency learning kits, mental health and psychosocial support, trauma-informed teaching. So for the policy statement, learning continuity must continue during emergencies while prioritizing safety, well-being, and prevention of learning loss. So, meron tayong tinatawag ngayon ng mga levels, no, nitong learning continuity. So, ito po yung 4 levels. Yung hayo or continue, hinay, east in, hinga, checked in, hinto, stop. So, i-discuss natin isa-isa ano bang meron dito sa levels na ito. So, pag hayo or continue, in-person classroom learning. For hinay or east-in, structured distance learning experiences. Hinga, checked-in, checked-ins and light distance learning. Hinto or stop, all forms of learning are suspended. So, kailan ba tayo hahayo, maghihinay, hihinga, at hihinto? So, ito na yung mga terminologies ngayon, no? Hindi na agad-agad suspended, blended learning agad, modular learning. So, meron na siyang levels o ito nga 4 levels ng learning continuity in emergencies. So, for higher level, ito yung normal conditions, no? Full curriculum implementation, regular in-person learning. All learning resources may be used. For hinay level naman, minor to moderate disruptions, learning slowed down intentionally, reduce workload, online classes, modules, broadcast, and packets are allowed. For hinga level, high stress and recovery pace, well-being prioritized, academic demands heavily reduced, check-ins, learning packets, and broadcast emphasize. So for hinto, ito naman yung level wherein safety and basic needs at risk, academic learning halted, crisis response activated, focus on mental health and psychosocial support, and learner protection. So yan po yung 4 levels, no? Pero palalimin pa po natin yung discussion, ano nga bang meron dito sa bawat level na to. So sa hayo, sa learner circumstances and status of well-being, so ito nga po yung ideal na classroom scenario natin, yung face-to-face, meron pa rin, no? Okay lahat si teacher, okay si learners, walang problema, safe ang lahat, yan. Sa learning priorities dito, continue pa rin yung ating regular in-person teaching and learning activities. Full lessons pa rin, lahat pa rin ng mga activities na ibibigay. So, for minimum standards for learning resources and learning experiences, all learning experiences can be used by all learners. Remediation programs are delivered. So, walang problem kapag kahayo, level, or continue. Safe lahat, no? Walang emergency. Paano naman kapag hinay na level or eased-in? So, ito na po yung minor to moderate disruptions to in-person classes where learners experience mild stress or uncertainty because of disasters or emergencies nga. Pakita natin mamaya ano bang mga nakapaloob na emergencies and disaster sa bawat level na ito, no? Okay, so routines are disrupted and access to learning spaces or support at home is uneven. For learning priorities sa hinay na level, learning continues but is intentionally slowed down. Okay? There is flexibility and adjustment to pacing to manage stress from changes experienced by stakeholders. Teachers use the identified learning experiences as per school LSCP. So, parents, guardians receive family kits to facilitate learning at home. So, yung mga ibibigay na learning kits ay gagawin sa kanilang bahay. So, para sa mga learning experience or activities na ibibigay, dito pwede pong isagawa ni teacher yung online classes, digital modules, broadcast, yan, modular activities. And then for the formative assessment ay limited lang dun talaga sa essential core competencies ng bawat subject, no? Hindi dapat naka-schedule rin ng maayos, hindi yung bombarded sa learners sa napakaraming activity per subject. And for the hinga or check-in, learners experience heightened stress due to the impact of emergency crisis or disasters. Ito talagang medyo mataas na level na to, no? Kumbaga, community recovery is ongoing. So, for learning priorities, academic demands are heavily reduced. Well-being is prioritized. Instructional activities focus on physical and psychological and social-emotional well-being checks and recovery. So, dito, hindi ka bilang teacher, wag kang magbibigay ng napakaraming activities, no? Yan. As much as possible, yung mga activities na ibibigay natin is para lang ma-review siguro yung una mong mga activities na ibinigay or lessons na ibinigay. Hindi to the point na magbibigay ka ng napakaraming activities. At dito, nakalagay sa minimum standards for learning resources and learning experiences for hinga, teachers invite learners to use broadcast materials, learning packets, check-in guides, and other trauma-informed simplified learning resources. So, ang focus natin dito is yung well-being ng mga bata, no? Hindi na yung focus masyado sa subject natin. Pwede siguro review na lang ng concepts, pero not to the extent na magbibigay tayo ng maraming activity sa mga bata, no? Formative assessment are optional and low stakes. Offline resources are prioritized. So, dito naman sa hinto or ito medyo mataas na talaga to na level, no? Kasi stop ang meaning nito. Meaning to say, learner safety and basic needs are at risk. Distress or displacement is highly likely. Extremely unsafe condition within the community or family. So, academic learning is halted completely. Wala kang ibibigay na kahit anong activity. Ano ang dapat gawin ni teacher dito? Full attention is given to protection and emergency response and basic needs of learners and personnel. So, si school head dapat, makipag-coordinate na rin siya sa LGU and SDO, no? And for the minimum standards for learning resources and learning experiences, teachers may engage learners in check-ins or other forms of MHPSS, okay, as needed. Learning resources are focused on psychological safety and check-ins on well-being. So, wala kang activity ibibigay dito sa subject mo, ha? Dito po sa hinto. As well as sa hinga, ganun din, more on check-in din ng well-being. So, sobrang limited ng pagbibigay ng mga tasks and activity sa mga bata. Okay. So, Ito naman yung actions to be taken kung masyado nang mahaba or na-prolong na yung impact ng mga disaster. So sa high, of course, not applicable naman siya sa hinay. Kapag 3 consecutive class days na, if disruption persists gradually, narrow learning goals to essential and strengthen homeschool communication, frequent check-ins to ensure learner well-being is back to higher level, no? Okay, next. 4 consecutive class days, shift to FLP, no? Flexible learning program as an alternative normal with adjusted expectations and support. So ito nga yung mga blended learning, modular activities, no? Pag na-prolong yung disaster. 5 consecutive class days, shift to FLP as an alternative normal once minimum safety and stability are restored. Pero as much as possible, ulitin ko po, sa hinga and hinto, ang priority dito is yung well-being ng mga bata. Okay. So, eto naman yung impact. Paano naman yung naging impact nitong mga suspensions na to, no? So, for Hayo, of course, no class day miss. Resume. Guidance on periodical exam, tuloy pa rin. Guidance on work immersion, ganun pa rin. Sa Hinay, half class days miss. So, yung exam, i-reschedule. Sa guidance on work immersion, halimbawa, yung mga senior high, di ba, nag-work immersion sila. No work may be allowed. So, i-reschedule yan. Sa Hinga, ganun din. Half class day miss, reschedule. No work may be allowed. For Hinto, full class days miss, reschedule natin siya. And then, no work may be allowed. So, dito, sa reschedule na nakalagay dito, sa guidance on periodical exams, kahit bumalik pa si learner sa school, hindi agad-agad exam na, no? Kailangan pa rin mag-recover, yan, matulungan yung mga bata makapag-review, yung mga miss na lessons ay ma-discuss sa kanila ng mas maayos at mas malinaw na hindi masyadong pressured or stress ang mga bata. Of course, ganun din yung mga teachers. So, ito yung mga learning experiences and activities na pwede nating ibigay sa mga bata. So, online synchronous classes, digital modules, print modules, learning packets, broadcast materials, home learning support. So, dito sa Annex E2, na makikita natin itong learning experiences per learning continuity level, no? Pag naka-check, best learning experiences to apply for specific learning continuity level. Pag dot, applicable or can be used during the specific learning continuity level. So, kapag X, cannot be used for the specific learning continuity level. So, for the Hayo, yan. So, lahat ng yan except yung learning packets. Of course, face-to-face naman yan no? So, kung ano yung usual na binibigay natin tuwing face-to-face class, yun yung ibigay natin sa ating mga batang learning experience. So, for Hinay, applicable tong digital modules, online synchronous class, print modules. Yung broadcast materials may be applicable. Learning packets, hindi. Okay, home learning support, checked-in guides, best. Home learning support using family kit, of course, kailangan. Sa Hinga naman, yung digital modules, online synchronous class, or print modules is not applicable or cannot be used. Kasi of course, pag Hinga, ibang level na siya, no, talagang stress na or talagang high risk yung nangyayari. And of course, kung may bagyo yan, walang kuryente, and so on, hindi tayo pwede magbigay ng mga ganyang mga learning experience. Broadcast materials, learning packets, and home learning support using checked-in guides and home learning support using family kit. Yan, best learning experience yan para dito sa level na ito. And for Hinto, makikita natin ang daming X dito, no? At ang priority dito is yung home learning support using check-in guides, yung pangungumusta natin sa mga bata. Okay? Yan, yung home learning support using family kit. So, yan po yung mga applicable na dapat dito sa ating learning continuity level na Hinto or stop. Okay, so itong sinasabi ko kaninang LSCP or Learning Service Continuity Plan, so dapat bawat school meron ito, no? Mandatory for all schools, updated every term, includes emergency protocols, resources, and communication system. So lahat nakapaloob dito sa plan na ito. Yan. So, for the capability mapping, schools assess device availability, of course, connectivity, learning support at home, capacity of learners and teachers. Kailangan alam to ng school no? And ng mga teachers, kung kaya ba ng mga bata mag-online class, kaya ba nila maka-access through online, may load ba, may internet ba, anong support ang kailangan ng mga bata, yan. So, importanteng malaman muna to. Ito talaga yung priority malaman unang-una pa lang, no? Kung nagbabadya na yung pagdating na bagyo or malakas sa bagyo, dapat nauna na tong malaman para tama yung learning experiences or learning experience or activities na ibibigay natin sa mga bata. Okay, for emergency learning kits, dapat po ito ay ibinibigay sa mga bata, no? May include learning packets, print modules, safety materials, sanitary supplies, manipulative resources. So may nabasa ako sa guidelines. Let's say for example, naibalita na next week ay may paparating na bagyo. So yung week na to ay dapat nagpe-prepare na for these learning kits, no? Or emergency kits para sa mga bata. Okay, so for teacher capacity building, kanina pa kasi nababanggit dito sa discussion natin itong psychological first aid and trauma-informed teaching. So, dapat si teacher dumaan muna siya sa mga trainings tungkol dito. Hindi naman tayo pwede magbigay ng psychological first aid kung hindi tayo well-trained dito, no? Hindi tayo pwede magbigay sa mga bata ng ganong klaseng payo or mga activities kung hindi tayo na-train man lang. So, emergency learning delivery and annual INSET training. So, dapat nabanggit doon na isang beses, halimbawa sa INSET natin, madidiscuss to mga dapat nating gawin, no? Kapag nagkaroon nga ng mga emergency like disasters nga, no? Na hindi natin maiiwasan pero sana hindi naman mangyari. So, dapat dumaan muna si teacher sa mga ganong training. So, parent and guardian participation, so importante to, no? So, dapat na-orient yung mga magulang sa ating LSCP. Ito ang plan natin, no? Pag nagkaroon ng emergencies. Home learning support, MHPSS awareness, yan. Mental health and psychosocial support awareness. At alam na mga magulang din po, no? Hindi lang ni teachers. Partnership with schools. Of course, yung parents and guardians yung number one nating partner, no? Kasi sila din yung mag-guide sa mga learners pag nasa bahay lang, no? Kapag nangyari itong mga emergencies and disasters na ito. So, emergency communication, emergency call 3, teacher to school head, teacher to parents and guardians, and other alternative communication when networks fail. Okay, so transition between levels based on safety and well-being. Escalation when learning is compromised. De-escalation only when conditions improve. So after all, no, itutuloy pa rin yung pagkatuto ng mga bata pero nakalagay at malinaw naman dito sa guidelines na yung safety and well-being pa rin ng mga learners and teachers ang priority. Return to normalcy or HAYO, gradual return, remediation programs, foundational skills recovery, continued MHPSS or ito nga mental health and psychosocial support. So continue pa rin siya habang papabalik tayo dun sa HAYO. Make-up classes and assessment. So, kapag nagkaroon ng napakaraming suspensions and laging tumatapat siya dun sa stop or hinto, no? And the hinga. So, kapag nag-fall siya below 90%, no? Magkakaroon ng make-up classes, no? And then, periodical exams only during HAYO. Okay, so dito, of course, prepare pa rin natin yung mga bata. Hindi agad-agad magpapa-exam. So, rescheduling allowed during disruptions. Okay, so important takeaways dito sa guidelines na to, no? Of course, safety first, learning must continue, well-being drives decision, LSCP is essential sa bawat school, and collaboration is critical. So, of course, shared responsibility and accountability to between the teachers, the learners, the parents and guardians, the LGUs, the school heads, yan. Okay, so ito naman yung mga annex, no? Nakalagay na dito yung mga matrix for emergencies and hazards in accordance to DepEd Order number 22, Series of 2024. So, pakita ko sa inyo yung Annex A2 na lang, no? Kasi mas naka-detail doon per key stage. So, for HAYO, of course, no typhoon or tropical cyclone, heavy rainfall, wala rin. So, as in wala. So, good. Lahat. So, wala tayong problema dito sa HAYO. All stakeholders are safe and learning activities continue. So, face-to-face to. Sa hinay naman, na learner experience mild stress and learning intentionally slowdowns. Dito na papasok kapag nagkaroon ng bagyo. Kapag signal number 1, of course, walang pasok ang kindergarten. Yan, automatically suspended siya. Pero, diniscuss ko po kanina, 'di ba, yung mga learning experiences na pwedeng ibigay ni teacher. So, signal number 2, yan, mula kindergarten hanggang junior high school. Kapag naman heavy rainfall and flood, yellow warning. Classes per grade level are suspended at the discretion of the LCE or other relevant national government agency. So, nakadepende pa rin siya kung isususpend ng LGU. Okay? Earthquakes and landslide, yan, intensify 4 and below. Minimal building damages checks are made within a day. So, classes per grade level are suspended. Pero may discretion pa rin ng LSC or other relevant national government agencies. Power outage. So, power outage during class hours, there is no automatic suspension of classes, no? Hindi agad-agad magsususpend. Caution 27 to 32 degrees Celsius, yung extreme heats naman na condition. There is no automatic suspension. However, the LC may still exercise authority to declare suspension. Yan, low air quality or volcanic fog, unhealthy, orange, no? 35.1 to 45.0 to red. There is no automatic suspension of classes. However, of course, discretion pa rin kung magsususpend ng authority. Okay, for hinga. Yan, signal number 3. Work, ALS, and in-person classes for all levels are automatically suspended. And tingnan natin kung ano yung learning experiences na maibibigay natin sa mga bata. Pero of course, for hinga, more on check-ins talaga and tinitiyak natin na okay ang well-being ng ating mga learners and teachers. For heavy rainfall, orange warning, yan, walang pasok automatically. Earthquakes and landslide, intensity 5 na to. Ganun din po. Classes per grade level are suspended at the discretion of LSC or other relevant national government agencies. Power outage for 2 to 3 days, there is no automatic suspension of classes. Pero of course, ano pa rin yan, no? Discretion pa rin yan. Extreme heat condition, 33 to 41 degrees Celsius. There is no automatic suspension of classes. However, yan, may discretion yung authority para mag-suspend. Low air quality or volcanic fog, ganun din, yung LSC ay may power, no, na mag-declare ng suspension. For hinto, ito na yung mataas na level, no? Learner safety and basic needs are at risk and academic learning is halted completely. So, ito yung signal number 4 na, as in, of course, walang pasok lahat. Kahit yung work, no? Red warning and critical water level flooding. Yan. Intensity 6 and above. So, walang pasok all levels to, no? And ang priority, of course, is yung well-being, no? Checking, makikipag-communicate sa mga bata, sa mga magulang, kung kumusta yung kalagayan ng mga bata or nila. Or, of course, pati rin ng mga teachers. Power outage for 4 more days. Walang automatic suspension pero nakadepende pa rin kung discretion pa rin kung magsususpend. Extreme danger heat, 42 to 52 degree. Same pa rin, no? Discretion pa rin. Yan. So, emergency or maroon. Works, ALS, and in-person classes for all levels are automatically suspended. Okay, so yun lang naman po yung ilan sa mga highlights nitong guidelines na to or nitong DepEd Order number 14 Series of 2026. Pero kung gusto po nating mabasa yung nilalaman nitong guidelines na to, ipe-paste ko na lang po sa comment section, no, yung link ng PDF para po makita nyo. For our references, yan, itong DepEd Order number 14 Series of 2026 tsaka po yung DepEd Order number 22 Series of 2024. So, thank you so much for listening. Sana naman, no, hindi mangyari tong mga disasters na to.